Black supremacy. It's Nattyisisyah. Peace. I just wanted to make this video to come out and I guess confide in some of you because there's been something that's been going on for quite a long time, and I know that most of you all will understand because most of you all are pretty aware of the situation. Now, this all started, when I first became enlightened to the Black conscious community. I really didn't even know what the Black conscious community was. I just knew that there was a wonderful opportunity and a great deal of our people who needed help. And I felt like I had a lot of resources and I knew I had the intelligence, and I myself was very resourceful and still am. And I just felt like it wasn't right for me to just, sit and watch my people suffering. So I gave up everything that I had. I left my house and I traveled to come and to be a part of the Black conscious community, right? And I want to say the worst thing that could possibly happen happened, but at the same time, it might all turn out to be the best thing with your help. Now, what happened is that I was raped, but you're not going to believe by who. You might think you know. You might know. There's a lot of talk, a lot of videos posted. I hear a lot of sisters making their own, I don't know whether to call them confessionals or what it is. I'm a little confused myself. I wish there was somebody who I could reach out to who felt the same way that I did, and that have, I don't really want to meet anybody. I really don't want there to be anybody that has been through the same thing that I've been through out there. But of course, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. But it seems as though I've run into my worst enemy in the conscious community. Before I reveal exactly who I'm talking about, I just want to go over more of what I thought or what I expected when I first was introduced to the conscious community. Now, for me, I had a pretty decent life. I had everything I needed, at least that I thought that I needed. I wasn't homeless. I wasn't struggling to pay bills. I wasn't a pitiful single mom complaining about a deadbeat dad or anything like that. Um, I wasn't hoeing. I wasn't um, doing any of those things. I was just your, you know, sister, just a typical sister who just was awakened, probably because of my upbringing, the culture that I did have that, showed me that I can't really just be happy while I know that my people are, in need of a gift that I have that no one else possesses or could use in the way that I have been using. My biggest regret was when I was brutally assaulted, verbally, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, I want to say, by, again, I'll go into that later in the video, but I know that there's other people out there because I can't just be the only one that has been through this. I want to say too that even some of you brothers might know exactly what I'm talking about. I think this only happens to the most conscious and enlightened ones of us who have made it past a certain level. So there's a type of spiritual warfare that we are fighting that attracts certain individuals to us who want to see us defeated. Um, Before I even reveal, who did what to me, I want to just announce to you that you're not going to stop me. You're not going to stop what I'm doing. And what I am doing is bigger than me, is bigger than you. And I think some of the worst things that a lot of you who might oppose this video, who might be supporters of, you know, the situation that I'm about to reveal, or the individual who has sought to destroy me in such a way. You're just not gonna stop me. You're just not, I want to say you're not gonna stop us, because it's not just me. It's more than just me. And the only way that I feel that this message is gonna get across is if I finally come out and just say who raped me, and the persons are, who raped me, the conscious community. That's fucking right. Some of you black people are a fucking joke. I'm sorry, but I'm not so sorry. You all have propped up this conscious community that you yourself don't want to see manifest. You have spoke about Black nation building and Black upliftment of our people, and you don't want to see that happen. What you want to see happen is the white man coming to your rescue. What you want to see happen is Black hate. What you want to see happen is Black women fighting with each other, Black men fighting with each other, Black women fighting against Black men, and the likes. You say that you want something other than what's been given to us. You say that you want a way out of the system, but you are so dependent on the system. You have not thought about doing anything differently. You have not thought about changing your diet. You have not thought about changing how you relate to each other. You have not thought about changing how you get resources, how you distribute resources, share them, how you amass wealth and power. You have not thought about anything outside of materialism, capitalism, and the same old, same old. You in the conscious community, or you in the Black community, you in the melanated, you in the whatever you can, Black anything, Black Muslim, the most that can come out of this video is one of you just really not liking this video and doing your little thing, but you have been the ones who has been raping the Black community. You are the ones who are tearing your Black brothers and your Black sisters down. You who, the minute somebody comes with a more thought out, intelligent, and just well-rounded plan, for our people, are just a better template, somebody who has at least has experience. The minute somebody comes to you with any of that, you go running to the lowest, the most unconscious people, Black people. You have them on speed dial. You connect with them, and many of these people that you're talking about, they themselves are the things that you speak against yourself, but they are your goons, and they are your fallback people. So in reality, you all are not about that life. You all are the ones who need consciousness awakening. And you're going to get that. So I just want you to know, stop raping the innocent. Stop raping the conscious ones who are here to uplift, here to give a different perspective on life, to give an alternative, a more pure way of living, a more open-minded viewpoint, another way of thinking. If all you can think about is how you can do this, it's typical. There is it's very typical stream in the conscious community, and it seems to just engulf everybody, and then everybody is just amalgamated to this one line of thinking and this one way of responding, that you have to wonder what brought you into the conscious community, because it seems to have amounted to money, shelter, food, and socializing with others in a way that perpetuates white supremacy. It would do you a favor if you have gone off your path of enlightenment, to step back from all of that. If you are agreeing with too many people, there is something wrong. If too many people are agreeing with you, there is something wrong. If you are spreading false information and lies, you need to stop. You're doing something wrong. If you are controlled too much by your ego, if a little something someone says in the conscious community bothers you, that is your ego, right? So you need to, again, check yourself, because what you do can amount to no different than what is going on outside of the so-called conscious community. And we can't separate you from the rest of them. At the end of the day, we can't separate you from the rest of those who we deem are unenlightened, are not on the path of enlightenment. It seems just because you've been on the path of enlightenment, just because you've touched the road, doesn't mean you're there. Some of you think that you are there. Just because you entered into the conscious community and you've made a few dollars selling the typical stream of merchandise that people in the conscious community, don't mean you're there. Just because you entered the conscious community and you grow locks, or you wear cotton clothing, or you change your name, it doesn't mean you're there. It is a whole lifestyle change, a whole paradigm shift. Many of you will never understand. It's probably going to take some real change that only the conscious can manifest, because the goons that you're turning into, the unconscious people that you are turning to for your rescue, the just rogue viewer, or anybody, that bystander that you are running to for your rescue, is really not going to save you, but to push our people further down into the muck and the mire. So it really takes a certain level of open-mindedness. It really takes a deep level of letting go. It really takes a tremendous amount of effort of stepping away from white supremacy and actually living outside of white supremacy, doing outside of white supremacy. This is not a 1 week resort. It is not a 2-week rendezvous with nature. It is not a 1 month escapade. It's not a vacation. Black supremacy, Black nation building, Black rulership is a lifestyle. It is a legacy. It is an empire. in the making, right? Some of you want to be the Black Bill Gates. Go right ahead. Some of you want to see Egypt in America. You want to see pyramid malls, and you want to see Rolex watches. The white man is going to give you just what you want. You're going to get it, and you're going to pay for it dearly. So if you don't check yourself, in a few years, you're going to be looking around and you're going to say, well, I got everything I want. You're going to say you have everything you want, but it's still not going to be enough. You're still going to be looking around and seeing your people suffering. You're going to want to give all of your trinkets away, all your ankhs away. You're going to want to give all your copper jewelry away, all your crystals. You're going to want to give them all away. You're going to want to give them back to the white man on the roadside. You will sell them for 50 cents. You will drop off all of your healing books, your books on health, on self-help, crystals, chakras, different traditions and religions, all types of spiritual, metaphysical, all types of historical. You will sell your own shit when you realize that none of it has helped us. You yourself will do just like I did, but instead of toasters and vacuums and beds and couches and just all the furnishings that are of the house, you all will be giving away kente cloths and dashikis, ankh jewelry, copper crystals, copper pyramids that you make in your own home. You'll be giving that shit so fast away to see the betterment of your people, when you realize just how much of a fool that you have been for white supremacy, capitalism, materialism, and the likes. So I urge you in the conscious community to get your conscious act together. Be conscious. Don't just stop at I read this blog or this article, or I know what sells in the conscious community and I'm going to make this my niche. It has to be a lifestyle, a way of life that perpetuates way into the future, not just an experiment. Black supremacy, join the website www.kingnobleblackrulership.com. Join the website www.kingnobleblackrulership.uncensored.com.